How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Good. I'm better than good. I'm awesome.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
How did that happen?
Hold the phone. I know, right? Well, there's this little thing I like to call summer vacation.
Oh, you're on vacation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now because the 90s just called and they want their expression. But it was fun to say anyway. So.
Oh yeah, I do it all the time. I say that all the time.
Boy. Oh, that's so funny. So, I mean, if it's even possible, I'm a little extra chipper today. I'm a little bit more, light on my feet and easy of mood and whatever you want to call it. And no, I'm not sedated or on any type of narcotic or anything to that effect.
Wait,
this is natural, baby.
Yeah, it wouldn't be sedated, it'd be inflated.
That's true. That's right, exactly. Yeah, anywho. So, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
Well, I'm rushing to get home because Sylvia has her Zumba class, and right after Zumba class, I'm going to Rumors Comedy Club.
Oh, hey! That sounds fun. Didn't we go there once? I distinctly remember.
That would be where we went, yeah. That would be
there
where we
you
went,
go.
yeah.
Because that's the only comedy club there is, I guess.
It's the only one left now. We used to have about 4 or 5. Yeah, we had about 4 or 5 here and then.
Wow.
It's not a comedy town like Montreal is.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh, well. So you're going out tonight. Is there anybody in particular that you're going to see?
Yes. Clayton T Stewart.
Oh, no way!
Yeah.
So awesome!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a bunch of us going. Todd's coming, and Corey's coming.
Well,
and,
yeah.
Corey's wife, and possibly Todd's significant other as well. I hope she's coming.
Awesome.
She could use some comedy.
Yeah.
Her work sucks.
Oh, really? Oh, no. Oh,
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah, she's fighting with harassment right now. So.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
She needs levity. She needs she needs something to get her mind off of crazy stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And Clay's pretty funny. He's always.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah. So this is what Clay's doing now.
Is this his? Okay. I was just gonna say, is this his stage debut? But it doesn't sound like it.
No, I think a couple of years now. He's been doing.
Good on him.
He started, not started doing, but he started doing again. Started doing magic again. He used to do magic.
Gotcha.
And he just stopped because he was busy with other stuff.
Mm.
So he ended up doing magic at a couple of comedy shows.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of because Clay's always done comedy. He just never knew he was doing comedy.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yes. He's just a natural.
Yeah, he's just a total natural. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So at one point, I think the story goes, he got booked to do some comedy. He's like, well, I don't know how to do comedy. I was like, yes, you do. So he had to do comedy one night. He was like so nervous and shit. But it's like, but he was natural, and he's been touring, and he's been all over the place.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That is, honestly, I hold that type of entertainment in such high esteem.
I know you do.
It's like, honestly, that the ability to get up on stage and just like you're in front of a whole bunch of people and they're ultimately all saying to you in no uncertain terms, make me laugh.
Yeah, I think it's harder than being a musician because you don't have any else backing you up. You can't hide behind anyone else.
Exactly.
You're naked.
That's it. Exactly it. It's just you and the microphone, and that's it. And you got to be funny, or else they will rip you apart. They smell blood in the water. I mean, there are some that just do, what's it called? Heckling as a as a natural thing, like that's what the person does when they go to a club, because they have this need to try and break down or tear down the comedian.
The original trolls.
Exactly. And I mean, but I would think, I mean, just me, being the Pollyanna that I am, I would think that most people are there, to have a good time and to encourage, or they're not too demanding, but you have to bring your A game, man. You have to be ready.
I think I play style though, like for heckling. Heckling work. I think heckling works really well on him.
Okay.
To his advantage.
Yeah. Okay, because he has.
Yeah, like he's self-deprecating, right? So. That's his humor.
Oh, but that can. Yeah, I mean that can go either way. Really, it can. I mean, they can, because if it's self-deprecating, then they'll just keep coming at you.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah. So you have to show no fear. But obviously, he seems like it's old hat for him. So that's going to be an amazing show. I'm glad you're encouraging, live comedy.
Oh yeah.
That's anybody who's listening, get out there and participate and go to the comedy clubs, because these people work really hard, and they deserve the respect. And I mean, it's because it takes a lot of guts.
Oh God, yeah.
It takes a lot of guts. So kudos to him for doing that.
So yeah, the show tonight, I think it's called The Hardest Working Person Without a Day Job or something.
Okay.
It's an actual contest. So even though he goes and does stuff like that, I can't remember what you get out of this contest, but it's pretty cool shit. So
okay. Very neat. So wow, it's on a Thursday night. It's on a school night. Look at you.
Oh, I was out last night too.
Oh my. Well, you're just a crazy person. Yeah. You are. On a Wednesday. What's up with that?
I'm having a coffee before I leave the house tonight. Hopefully it carries me through.
Hopefully it carries you through. That's funny.
Yeah,
oh,
actually,
well, enjoy it.
Well, last night, I guess I want to announce it, I guess. All right, now,
yes.
I'm not sure what I'm announcing, but we met last night with a couple of guys behind the Comics for a Cause organization.
Okay.
And what they do is they actually they bring comic books to third world countries. People that don't get comic books, they can't even afford to eat. But
yeah, exactly.
They ship lots and lots of comics down there. So we met up with the two guys that run that thing, and wow, like they're telling the story of going down and how it all started. And, wow. I got nothing to say. I want to do an episode about it later with Corey on it to kind of talk about it, but I did want to touch on it quickly.
Okay.
This episode will go up soon.
Very cool.
I'll link stuff galore in it, but if anybody wants to support these two gentlemen, like, it's crazy what they're doing, and it's amazing what they're doing.
Wow.
And we talked about maybe some cross promotion or something. Like, I'm promoting you guys whether you're going to promote me or not, because what you're doing is amazing.
Well, anybody who's willing to give them themselves for a greater cause, I mean, they are the real heroes. They are, I mean, there's different, what's that saying? You don't have to, not all superheroes wear capes. No, not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah, it's very true.
And these two gentlemen sound like they're in that league.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
They're actually nice guys. They're not
down to earth.
Yeah, they're down to earth. We actually laughed a lot last night, so it was good.
Cool.
It was,
very cool.
So it was me, Corey, and Todd, and met up with those two guys. So they're pretty amazing. Anyway, I'm going to do an episode on this later because I want to give them full coverage and stuff, and I'd like to have some notes in front of me, so I'm not
Yeah.
messing
Do it.
I did want to do a quick call out. So
Yeah, you want to do it justice and give them the credit that they deserve, and actually, give as much information as possible on what they're trying to do. And I completely agree.
So that's good. That's going to come up soon. But
Cool.
I guess I'm already halfway home. That's crazy. So the episode I did with Todd this week, we were like, 3/4 of the way home. He goes, "Oh, well, do you want to talk about the topic?" We're doing a little better today. I'm halfway home.
Well, there you go. And actually, I'm home, but I mean, it's not all about me. It's your podcast, you're the boss.
Still feels weird to have my name on the podcast. I don't know.
Hey, man, own it. Own it. It is yours. That's right.
So, we touched on this when we talked the other day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, man, this is a good topic, but I just wanted to talk to you. But we had talked about mixes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the importance of mixes.
Yes.
And how they don't exist anymore in the way they used to. And
yes.
so, lead me off there, Tracy.
Well, I mean, you know how important music is. I mean, music is like it has no boundary. It has no borders. It's international. It's like universal. And I mean, and music has been proven to do so many beneficial things. I mean, it's even brought people, into a healthier state. But anyways, I don't want to get into whole that. But I mean, getting back to the whole situation with making mixes. I mean, back in the day, if you really fancied someone, if you really thought she was really cute or he was really cute, actually it was more of a guy thing to a girl. Oh, but sometimes a girl would make one for a guy. But the quintessential mixtape.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, I still have some of my mixtapes that my boyfriend made for me back in the day, and I mean, it's like a time capsule. And you hear a song, and automatically, boom, you're right back into that moment when you first heard it, and what you were feeling, what you were thinking, all of the good things, and it's like just it's a lost art. It really is an art. And I mean, because of the change now in the mediums, we don't deal with hard physical mediums anymore. I mean, we don't have cassette tapes and we don't have CDs. I mean, we have, to the extent of making playlists. I guess that could kind of fall into that.
A playlist is not the same as a mix, and that's my biggest, I don't know, argument or whatever.
Okay, well that's it. See, that's interesting that you should say that, because I mean, like if I think playlists, like for me, I have a workout playlist, and it kind of has the same reaction in my head as a mixtape would, because I distinctly remember hearing, like all of the songs on one of my workout mixes, and I'm like, if I ever heard that song again, I'm like, oh yeah, and then after that it would be I'm Every Woman, and then after that it would be what's that song by Sting?
Which
not
one?
Need You Tonight, but let's
By Sting?
let's get to yeah. It's not Police, anyways, whatever.
Sting.
But I mean, it's like
Songs
you
from
know
Blue
you.
Turtle or something.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, it's escaping. I'm trying to catch it, and it's gone.
Okay, everything you've said so far about your playlist means it's not a playlist. You actually made a mix.
Oh, okay. See,
I think that's my point. Is that when you're making a playlist, you're making a playlist that make you feel a particular way.
Yes.
You're telling a story with your playlist, and when I think there needs to be a distinction between what a playlist is and what a mixtape is, and I don't think they're the same thing.
Okay.
Like if you put a bunch of songs you like into a playlist that capture all of your different emotions that you have, from sad to happy to angry, then that's
Right.
just a playlist.
That's
But if you're
okay.
specifically placing them,
Theme.
yeah, then it becomes a mixtape. And I think,
I see.
see, when you're
Okay.
saying you created this workout, that's not a playlist. See, you
Okay.
actually took time
Oh yes.
to put them together in a,
Oh,
in
yes,
a
yes,
specific
yes.
way. So
Yes. Oh yes.
I guess that's my argument is most people are making playlists nowadays, or
Okay.
they're
There's
using an algorithm for that playlist instead of
Oh,
actually
wow.
making telling a story with the songs they're putting together.
right. Having thought behind, having actually thought it out and said, this song would be great to follow this song, and like these are the beats, and this is how I want to work out, and
Yeah.
okay, I gotcha. All right.
But yeah, I think now people are just making playlists like, oh, I like these songs, or a bunch of rock songs, and they're going to put a bunch of rock songs together. But
Right.
that doesn't make a mix.
Okay.
It's putting the right rock songs together. Like if you made a mix that was color themed, for example, every single song, Ruby Red,
Painted Black,
Red Wine, Painted Black, or whatever. Like
yeah.
you're actually telling
Blue
a
Oyster
specific-
Cult, and
Yeah, Olive by Kid Nardine. Olive. But like that's a mix. You're actually making a mix, or a mixtape, or a mix, whatever you want to call it.
there's thought, there's intention.
I don't think you're capable of making a playlist. I think you are only capable of making a mix.
I
And
think
that's
so.
a compliment.
Yes, and I totally take it as a compliment, and I thank you, because that's how much I feel for you, baby. But that's another song. That I'm sorry.
That would never work as a song.
That would never work as a lyric ever. By the way, that was a '70s song. But anywho,
I know it is.
I know. But I'm just telling for your listeners, for listeners' sake, how much I feel. Don't ask me who sings it, because right now I'm brain dead and I'm on vacation mode.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, no, I take it as the highest compliment, because I have such a love for music, and because it's like it's my drug. It really is my drug. I love what a song can do, can just bring you from the lowest depths to the highest heights. And music is just, it's transformational. It really can, I heard this, oh my God, I heard this version of a song that was originally done by Rush, that was later done by Alice in Chains, and it was called Tears. And
I am not familiar with that.
oh my God, okay, I'm going to send you that, because oh my God, I mean,
Well, I like both of those bands, so you already got me hooked already.
Yes, and just the level of sadness in that song, and emotion, and I think it is. I think that's what it is, and it's emotion. And I read somewhere, it's not the song that makes you cry; it's the memory around that song that makes you cry.
Exactly.
And again, like, music is connected to memories, it's connected to feelings. That's my art of, or my how can I say, not art of choice, but how some people will gear towards or stray more towards dance, or I'm trying to think. Other means of expressing themselves, but for me, it's always been music, and that's why sometimes I hear that people say, like, oh, I don't really listen to music. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah.
You mean like you don't breathe? Like,
oh, you
what?
only feel music? Okay. No, I don't. I don't know. I don't get anything. But you know what? I really like sports. And then I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, exactly. It just, I don't know. But again, that's my thing, and I respect people that music does not call to them, or for whatever reason, and I kind of feel sad for them, because music, like as I said at the beginning, is life for me. It's my drug.
God, yeah.
And
Are you the type? I know the answer, but we'll share it with the listeners. Are you the type that there's always a soundtrack playing in your head? So even when it's quiet, there's always a song playing in your head in the background?
And it's annoying. Can I swear?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's annoying as fuck. Because, yes, it's like 99% of the time, there is a soundtrack, or there's always a song that's kind of in the back of my mind, just playing, ever so softly there. And every time, I hear a word or something, like, just like I said before, a Player, I believe is the name of the band. And how much I feel, and like everything seems to all reconnect to music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
every memory I have, good, bad, or whatever, there's always a song or a group of songs connected to it.
That's connected to it.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, I cannot think. I mean, like, as soon as I hear the debut album from Mr. Big, or Extreme's Pornography, it's right back to you. It's like your face is plastered.
Oh, yeah.
All over that band.
Well, yeah, that's okay. So that's a topic we're going to talk about in another episode.
Yes.
I think we want to talk about the formative albums during our tenure together in attending concerts and all that.
Exactly. I think I just wanted to put out a teaser.
Yeah, I like it. I am teased.
You are teased. But yes, exactly. So, but I mean, music has such, and I think you and I think the same way in that respect, that it has such it's a pivotal. It's like breathing.
Yeah.
I mean, some people drink coffee in the morning. I just plug in my music as soon as I wake up, and that's my adrenaline. That's my coffee for the day.
You know what's really rewarding is writing a song.
Okay.
In the same way, like when I'm writing, the process is I write the song based upon. So if the music comes first, so when I'm writing with other people, like
the melody,
Alex or Todd, they come up with something, and it's like, okay, this makes me feel like X, and the lyric comes last for me, but the vocal comes first, and the vocal is based upon what Todd's playing or Alex is playing makes me feel. So.
Okay, when you say vocal, are you talking about the melody? Are you talking
just the
about
melody? So
okay, got it.
It's so okay. So I Need You Tonight by INXS, right? The melody is that's the melody. But then you put words that match the melody, and that's how you get the lyric. Like that's how I write. I write phonetically first. If that makes sense. And then I write the lyric to fit the phonetic.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think the base of it is the melody. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you have that talent that I could never have. And, because that is something that's just, it's in every pore of you. That's just something that, like I said, I was saying about music meaning, it's like breathing for me. And I think also to a certain extent, the extension of writing and also like creating music, you take it to the next level.
Well, thank you. I try.
It's well, no, definitely. You embody it. It's like it comes out of you eat, drink, and sleep it, and it's like you need it to live.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah,
I'm nothing without. If I can't write, then It's like I'm holding my breath.
Right. That's your expression, and you need someone who is stifled in expressing their passion or what's in their heart. That's not living. That's just existing.
Yeah.
But it's you definitely have that. You have a gift. You have a gift.
Thanks.
You're welcome, but I'm just stating a fact.
So, okay, so this made me think, and I actually been thinking about this a little, because sometimes when I write a song, I don't know exactly what it's about. I just know what it feels about. I can never quite put my finger on, well, what's the story behind? And I realize that the story, like the dome, our dome CD. So I picked the order of the songs.
Right.
Like that was my job. So the order of the songs tell a story, and the most astute listeners can actually follow the story from song to song. So is it a concept album? In my head, it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it tells the story in a roundabout way of these people getting together and trying to be a family and trying to get along and feeling that power of being
United.
And hanging on by their sheer fingertips to keep it together. That's the story of the album.
Wow.
And if you look at the song titles,
yes,
they make sense in that way.
Right. Okay.
So now, see. So I was listening. I actually was listening. I stopped listening to it for a bit, and I listened to it, and I'm like, yeah, that's actually what I was trying. It was actually originally I phrased it out of the story of this guy and all this different stuff he was going through, and that's how I intended it. But now when I step back and look at it as a whole, the way that it was presented, it's really the story about our band.
Wow.
And,
wow.
You know, trying to get it going, and the false starts, and then, you know, locking on to, you know, the right people to carry it forward, but then being worried that it's going to end, and doing everything you can and getting frustrated within that creative process.
Oh, okay.
And at the last song on the CD is called "This Isn't an Exit," and that is very specific. Because I knew the end was going to come at some point.
Well, yeah.
And I knew.
Well, there's
I kind of knew why it was going to come and who it was going to come from.
Right.
But when I wrote that song, when I wrote the vocals and the lyric for that song, that's not what it was about. But really,
it was a premonition.
Yeah, I was telling a story about somebody I knew. And then it actually became the story about us.
Right.
It's interesting. It's weird. It's weird that I am seeing it now as I step back and look back and going, wait a minute, that's what this is about. It's not what I intended it to be about, but the song took on its own form and became something else.
It kind of it paralleled another reality in your circle, in your life.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. It just goes to show, after you write a song, you don't own it anymore.
Oh,
the world owns it, and it becomes what the world decides to make of it.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, that's for any type of art form. You know, it's interpretive, and people, I mean, especially like for an art piece, like for painting or a sculpture. I mean, it really is what that person who's looking at it is how they interpret it and how they connected to their experience and their life.
Yeah.
And I mean, ultimately, I think maybe, and I mean, I might be blowing smoke or whatever, but I mean, maybe it's the highest compliment if someone can actually understand what the initial purpose was behind this particular a piece of art that was intended through the artist himself. If like an observer can say, oh yes, I can see this, you know, this meaning such and such. And I think that would ultimately be the highest compliment that you can pay to an artist, because it means that someone else other than himself or herself understood what the purpose of, or what the meaning was behind that particular piece.
Well said.
Yes. And on that note, here home.
Can you hear that?
I think I can, little munchkin.
That's Luna. You sing hi, Luna?
Oh, Luna. Oh, well belly. Then you...
Okay, settle down, Luna. Settle down. Relax. And there's the other one.
Daddy! Oh, there we go.
Hi, sweetie.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to sign off.
Yes, all right. So, always a pleasure, my dear. Take it easy, and we'll talk to you on the flip side.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Take care, bye.